The Enigma of a Christmas Nightmare. Who killed JonBenét Ramsey? Imagine waking up on a crisp Boxing Day morning in 1996, the holiday cheer still lingering in the air, only to discover your 6-year-old daughter missing, replaced by a chilling ransom note demanding $118,000 for her safe return. But what if the kidnapper never intended to let her go? What if the real horror was already unfolding in the shadows of your own home? This is the haunting tale of JonBenét Ramsey, the tiny beauty queen whose brutal murder turned a quiet Boulder, Colorado suburb into a global spectacle of suspicion, scandal, and secrets that refuse to die. Buckle up as we dive into one of America's most infamous unsolved mysteries, where every clue leads to more questions, and the truth remains as elusive as a ghost in the night. A starlet in the spotlight, JonBenét's world before the darkness, JonBenét. Patricia Ramsey wasn't just any child. She was a pint-sized phenomenon in the glittering, cutthroat world of child beauty pageants. Born on August 6, 1990, to affluent parents John and Patsy Ramsey, John a successful tech executive, Patsy a former beauty queen herself, JonBenét was groomed for the stage from toddlerhood. With her cascading blonde curls, piercing blue eyes, and costumes that sparkled like diamonds, she won titles like Little Miss Colorado and America's Royale Miss. But behind the sequins and smiles lurked a darker underbelly. Critics whispered about the sexualization of young girls in pageants, where JonBenét's performances included provocative routines set to songs like Cowboy Sweetheart. Was this innocent fun, or did it attract the wrong kind of attention? Her family insisted it was all about building confidence, but as we'll see, the pageant circuit would later become a breeding ground for wild theories about predators lurking in the audience. The Ramseys' life seemed picture-perfect. A sprawling Tudor-style mansion in Boulder's upscale University Hill neighborhood, complete with holiday decorations, that year including a festive Santa Claus suit John had worn to a party just days before. On Christmas Day 1996, the family attended celebrations, unwrapped gifts, and tucked JonBenét into bed around 9 p.m., or so they claimed. No one could have predicted that by dawn, their world would shatter into a nightmare that still grips true crime enthusiasts today. The ransom note and the gruesome discovery. The horror began around 5:52 a.m. on December 26th, when Patsy Ramsey descended the spiral staircase to find a 3-page ransom note sprawled across the steps. Written in looping handwriting on paper from the family's own notepad, it demanded exactly $118,000, eerily matching John's recent work bonus, and warned, "You will be scanned for electronic devices, and if any are found, she dies." The note's bizarre phrasing like, "We are a group of individuals that represent a small foreign faction," screamed amateur theatrics, yet it paralyzed the Ramseys. Patsy called 911 in hysterics, and soon the house swarmed with police, friends, and even a victim advocate. But the real terror waited in the basement. Hours later, after an initial search missed it, John Ramsey ventured downstairs with a family friend and stumbled upon JonBenét's body in a seldom-used wine cellar. She was wrapped in her favorite white blanket, her hands bound with cord, duct tape over her mouth, and a garrote, a twisted cord device around her neck. An autopsy revealed a massive skull fracture from a blow to the head, likely from a flashlight or similar object, and signs of sexual assault. Pineapple chunks in her stomach suggested she'd eaten shortly before death, yet the family denied feeding her that night. Was this a botched kidnapping gone wrong or a staged crime scene? The ransom note, never followed by a call, and the undisturbed snow outside, no footprints, only deepened the intrigue, turning the Ramsey home into a labyrinth of contradictions. The botched investigation, chaos, leaks, and lingering doubts. From the start, the Boulder Police Department's handling was a thriller writer's dream, or nightmare. Officers failed to secure the scene properly, allowing friends to trample through the house and even clean up potential evidence. No full search was conducted until after John found the body, contaminating the crime scene forever. Media frenzy exploded. Tabloids splashed JonBenét's pageant photos everywhere, fueling public outrage and wild speculation. Was it an intruder, as the Ramseys claimed, or did the family know more? Early focus fell on the parents. Patsy's handwriting bore similarities to the ransom note, and both she and John gave shifting accounts in interviews. Their son Burke, then 9, was at home that night, and theories swirled about an accidental killing covered up, perhaps a sibling squabble over that pineapple snack escalating fatally. But DNA from an unknown male on JonBenét's clothing and under her nails didn't match any family member, leading to their official exoneration in 2008 by the Boulder DA. Still, sensational details kept the pot boiling: a broken basement window, possibly an entry point, a mysterious boot print, and even whispers of satanic cults or pedophile rings tied to the pageants. One chilling lead, a convicted pedophile named Gary Oliver, who confessed in letters but was never charged due to lack of evidence. If you're hooked on these pulse-pounding twists and turns in unsolved cases like JonBenét's, consider subscribing to the YouTube channel for more deep dives into the shadows of history's greatest mysteries. It'll keep you on the edge of your seat. Suspects, theories, and the endless web of intrigue. Over the years, the suspect list has read like a rogues gallery. There was Santa Bill McReynolds, the jolly holiday visitor with a suspiciously similar tragedy in his past, his own daughter abducted years earlier. Or the electrician Michael Helgoth, who allegedly bragged about killing a child before his apparent suicide. Theories abound. The intruder theory points to touch DNA from an unknown source, possibly from a factory worker who handled her clothing. The family involvement camp cites behavioral oddities like the Ramseys' quick hiring of lawyers and their initial reluctance for polygraphs. Sensational details amp up the thrill. JonBenét's bedwetting issues potentially linked to abuse, the garrote fashioned from Patsy's paintbrush, and even a theory involving a stun gun based on marks on her body. Public fascination peaked with books like Perfect Murder, Perfect Town, and TV specials, but no arrests. In 1999, a grand jury voted to indict the parents for child abuse resulting in death, but the DA declined to prosecute, citing insufficient evidence. The case became a media circus, destroying lives and reputations while the killer walked free. Modern twists, DNA. Hope and renewed fire. Fast forward to today, August 2025, and the fire still burns. John Ramsey, now in his 80s, remains vocal, pushing for advanced genetic genealogy testing on remaining evidence like the garrote and clothing. A 2024 Netflix documentary, Cold Case, Who Killed JonBenét Ramsey, reignited global interest, highlighting how new DNA tech could crack it, similar to how it solved the Golden State Killer case. Boulder police claim they've chased over 21,000 tips, but critics accuse them of tunnel vision on the family. In January 2025, John expressed optimism about fresh testing, and sources hint at potential breakthroughs. Yet, with key investigators like Detective Tom Haney Jr. passing away recently, the clock ticks louder. The unending shadow. Will justice ever dawn? As the snow falls on another Boulder winter, JonBenét's case lingers like an open wound, a reminder that evil can invade even the safest havens, and justice can evade the sharpest minds. Was it a vengeful intruder, a family secret, or something more sinister tied to her pageant world? The answers may lie in a DNA lab waiting to unmask the monster, but until then, the enigma endures, fueling nightmares and Netflix binges alike. If this tale has you craving more heart-racing explorations of the unsolved, from zodiac ciphers to vanished vanishings, subscribe to the YouTube channel now, because the next breakthrough could be just one video away. Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one to spot the clue that cracks it wide open. Stay vigilant, stay subscribed.